I want you to give your boss this message, Revelations chapter 9, verse 14 and 15. Now, do you know this prophecy? Nod your head if you do, it's all right. A voice from heaven says, "Release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates." Do you know about these 4 angels? That's right, the 4 armies led by Germany. So here's the message. The 4 armies that had been kept ready for this very hour, day, month, and year. That last part describes World War I and II. Do you know what a metaphor is? Okay, good. If your boss or any of his mercenaries have a problem with the message, as I'm certain they will, they can come see me.
Tell them. Tell them all. Whoever comes, whoever it is, I'll kill them. I'll kill them all.
I heard they pulled you back into the sniper program. They asked me too, but I'm retiring. Let's catch up later today, yeah?
Oh fuck, we just lost the signal. Alright, let's try over there. Are you going to put on your war paint? I like your battle face. It shows you mean business.
Hi everyone, my name is Commander Aaron and welcome to today's briefing. Before we begin, I would like to formally welcome John Wick to the Rapture Ready team. I first met John during a weapons training program. Not only is John a combat veteran, he is also a profound thinker, and his knowledge of Old Testament prophecy and metaphors is the reason we appointed John Wick to our team. John will make a presentation as part of today's briefing. As for me, I am away this week on a sniper training program where I'm filling in for one of the instructors. Captain Moogs and Corporal Clay will run the briefing today. John Wick and I are both available to join online as and when required. Before we get started, there's a key point I want to hit home. It's an important point that Tom Cruise made in his presentation, and it's this. There were 499 years between the first and last kings of Israel and Judah, and this period of time contains 70 land Sabbaths and 9 Jubilee years. And we know the land Sabbaths had not been kept. So when the land became desolate after 558 BC, the 70 years of land Sabbaths were then owing, just like when a debt falls due. It had to be exactly 70 years, because these are the exact number of land Sabbaths contained in a 499-year period. Any other number would mean that our constructed timeline would not be accurate. For example, if there were 74 years of land Sabbaths, then our timeline would need to have been 528 years. But it was 70 years. And how do we know this? We know this because 2 Chronicles chapter 36 and verse 21 tells us, "The land enjoyed its Sabbath rests. All the time of its desolation it rested until the 70 years were completed in fulfillment of the word of the Lord spoken by Jeremiah." And that's the reason that the 70 years validates our timeline as being deadly accurate to the year. This means you can be 100% confident that 488 BC is accurate to the year. This is important because you know that when we counted off 1335 years from the time the Dome of the Rock was set up, that got us to 2025, accurate to the year. It's not just about being accurate. You got to be deadly accurate. You know what? Come do my sniper training program and you'll learn this on day 1. I will now hand the briefing over to my team. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you, Commander. I see you've got a Kendra helping with the comms. I was wondering where she'd gotten to. Can you please ask her to upload John Wick's presentation to the system? All right, hi everyone, and welcome to today's briefing. The goal for today is to walk through step by step how the team here matched up a cluster of prophecies with World War I and II. Corporal Clay is also online, so let's begin. The main prophecy comes from the book of Revelations, chapter 9 and verses 13 to 19. This is an insanely mad prophecy. It is also known as the 6th trumpet prophecy. So here's the thing. World War I and II took place between 1914 and 1945. So the 6th trumpet and all of the other trumpets before it, which are all described in the book of Revelations and which we will talk about in later briefings, With all of these trumpets, you need to consider one thing. What did they mean for the Jews? We got to look to the Jews because it's their story that unlocks the Masterplan. We need to see the sixth trumpet as an historic moment in the punishment period. We will show in this briefing that the sixth trumpet is not only matched up with the First and Second World Wars, it also marks the end of the 7 times punishment period. But keep this in mind. In the book of Revelations, the trumpet prophecies are punishments targeting the Jews. Revelations does go on to talk about 7 plagues. However, that's more about targeting the punishing agents, those who executed the punishments on the Jews. We'll talk about that side of things later. The book of Revelations was written by the Apostle John. He was one of the original 12 apostles, so he was part of Jesus's crew, and he was an eyewitness throughout Jesus's ministry. So John wrote quite a bit of the New Testament. He wrote a gospel. He also wrote 3 letters, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John. And he wrote the book of Revelations. These books are dated around 80 to 100 AD, which makes the 6th trumpet prophecy 2,000 years old. So now let's read the 6th trumpet prophecy together. We've typed it out from the New International Version of the Bible, and we've paraphrased it. So from Revelations chapter 9 and verse 13, the 6th angel blew his trumpet, and I heard a voice coming from the horns of the golden altar that is before God. It said to the 6th angel who had the trumpet, "Release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates." And the 4 angels who had been kept ready for this very hour and day and month and year were released to kill 1/3 of the Jews. The number of the military troops was 200 million. I heard their number. The war horses I saw in my vision had armor that was fiery red, dark blue, and yellow as sulfur. Their heads resembled the heads of lions. And out of their mouths came fire, smoke, and sulfur. 1/3 of the Jews were killed by the 3 plagues of fire, smoke, and sulfur that came out of their mouths. The war horses had tails that looked like snakes, and having heads with which they inflict injury. And here's where things get spicy. Over to you, Corporal.
All right, thanks, Captain. And yeah, I like this part. First, we quantify the prophecy. Next, we then search the internet to match up the prophecy with an historical event. Obviously, the 6th trumpet has already been matched with the First and Second World Wars, but we'll go ahead and replicate the search so you can see how it all works. You may remember from the overview that when we quantify a prophecy, we look for things within the prophecy that we can measure or search for on the internet. From the verses that Captain Moogs read aloud, my team identified 5 things that are measurable. As an exercise, pause the video, read through Revelations chapter 9, verses 13 to 19, and identify these 5 factors from that passage. If you do this successfully, then you are earning this, and you should apply for a position in my team. So now, let's search the internet for any historical event that matches up with these 5 things. Okay, and the monkey pushes the button. So I'm using our search algorithm, but Google would be just as good. And the winner is World War I and II, which is obviously what we expected. But, we've run this scan 1,000,000 times, and the results are consistent.
I'll write my comment now.
So the next thing is we need some insight into what exactly the computer is matching up. For example, the first factor, the computer's telling me it found a match. The 4 armies who are bound at the great river Euphrates. Hold on a second, I'm just seeing what else it says. It's saying it's a metaphor. I mean, it sounds like a metaphor, but I'm not sure how the computer scans the internet for a metaphor. What are your thoughts, Captain?
I agree it's a metaphor. You know what, didn't John Wick talk about this in the opening video? He did, right? Why don't I call him? Stand by. Yep, he's online. Hello, John. Is this a good time to talk?
Captain Moogs, I'm a little busy, but I'm sure these gentlemen won't mind a short cutaway. How can I help?
Revelations chapter 9 and verse 14. Our computers have matched this up with World War I or II or something, but none of us here know why. I was hoping you might be able to explain what's going on.
So you're talking about the 6th trumpet prophecy. You want to know about the 4 angels bound at the great river Euphrates. Is that what you want?
Yes, actually, that's exactly what I want.
Go to the Old Testament. The prophet Isaiah, his book. Look up chapter 8 and verse 7. He received a prophecy. Therefore the Lord is about to bring against them the mighty floodwaters of the river Euphrates, the king of Assyria. Do you know what a metaphor is? The mighty floodwaters of the river Euphrates is how the prophet Isaiah describes the king of Assyria, and this includes his armies. Isaiah received this prophecy some 800 years before Christ. So we're talking about ancient Assyria here, and also prophets like to use metaphors. Okay, the next thing is this. Ask yourself, what happened to the ancient Assyrians? Where did they go? Who did they become? What country today can trace its ancestry back to ancient Assyria? Hold on a second. Sprechen Sie Deutsch, Captain Moogs? There's your answer. Germany is modern-day Assyria. The great river Euphrates is a metaphor for the German army. As for the 4 angels, well, there were 4 armies that started World War I. Look up the Quadruple Alliance. Look up the Axis powers. You can Google this stuff. You're a history expert, right? Studied at Harvard? What class did you say you were in again?
And that question took me all the way back to my college days. I was with my gang at the Harvard bar, and anyway, I had a run-in with this guy. Clark Bolton. I think he was a first-year grad studying history at Harvard. Yeah, I had a run-in with him. So how did it start? I remember I just met this girl. Things were looking spicy.
Yeah, that's it. So I think I had a class with you.
Oh yeah? What class?
History.
Maybe.
Yes, I think that's what it was. You don't necessarily might not remember me. You know, I like it here. It doesn't mean because I go here I'm a genius. I am very smart. Hey, how's it going? How are you?
Good, how you doing?
You want it?
What class did you say that was?
History. Yeah.
Just history? It must have been a survey course then, huh?
Yeah, it was. It was surveys.
Right.
You should check it out. It's a good course. It'd be a good class. Oh.
How'd you like that course?
You know, frankly, I found the class, rather elementary.
Elementary.
Yeah.
You know, I don't doubt that it was.
Yeah.
I remember that class. It was just between recess and lunch.
Clark, why don't you go away?
Why don't you relax?
Why don't you just go away?
I'm just having fun with my new friend, that's all.
Wait, we could have a problem?
No, there's no problem here. I was just hoping you might give me some insight into the evolution of the market economy in the southern colonies. My contention is that prior to the Revolutionary War, the economic modalities, especially in the southern colonies, could most aptly be characterized as agrarian free capital.
All right, of course that's your
Hang on a
contention.
second.
You're a first-year grad student. You just got finished reading some Marxian historian, Pete Garrison probably. You're going to be convinced of that till next month when you get to James Lemon. Then you're going to be talking about how the economies of Virginia and Pennsylvania were entrepreneurial and capitalist way back in 1740. That's going to last until next year. You're going to be in here regurgitating Gordon Wood, talking about, the pre-revolutionary utopia and the capital-forming effects of military mobilization.
Well, as a matter of fact, I won't, because Wood drastically underestimates the impact of social...
Wood drastically underestimates the impact of social distinctions predicated upon wealth, especially inherited wealth. You got that from Vickers. Work in Essex County, page 98, right? Yeah, I read that too. Were you going to plagiarize the whole thing for us? Do you have any thoughts of your own on this matter? Or is that your thing? You come into a bar, you read some obscure passage, and then pretend you pawn it off as your own idea just to impress some girls, embarrass my friend? See, the sad thing about a guy like you is in 50 years, you're going to start doing some thinking on your own, and you're going to come up with the fact that there are 2 certainties in life. 1, don't do that. And 2, you dropped 150 grand on a fucking education you could have got for $1.50 in late charges at the public library.
Yeah, but I will have a degree. And you'll be serving my kids fries at a drive-thru on our way to a skiing trip.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but at least I won't be unoriginal. But, if you have a problem like that, we could just step outside. We could figure it out.
Oh, man, there's no problem. It's cool.
It's cool?
Yeah.
Cool. Fucking damn right it's cool. How you like me now? My boy's wicked smart.
Hey. Snap out of it, Captain. Now, is there anything else I can help you with?
Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Revelations chapter 9, verse 15 talks about an hour, day, month, and year. Our computers have matched this up with World War I and II. And again, I don't understand the computer's logic. Is this something you could help us explain to our viewers?
All right, I'll see what I can do. Say hi to the commander. Please tell her that I'm not very good at retiring. All right, I'm going back to work now. I'm really killing it. Good luck, Captain.
Thank you, John. Okay, wow, that was amazing. Deep down, John Wick is a really deep thinker. He reads a lot, like philosophy, history, even poetry. He's as sharp with a pencil as he is with a gun. Seriously, you should see what he can do with a pencil. Now this next one, the hour, day, month, and year. So this is the one that John Wick said he would look into, and I believe he sent a video to Kendra. Hold on, let me see if she's uploaded it. Ah, yes, it's here. Let's watch it. And yeah, okay, the monkey pushes the button.
There's a principle in Bible prophecy that you need to know. Whenever you hear a prophecy talk about a day, it means a year of real time. This is the day-year principle, and it's undisputed. If anyone has a problem with this, come see me, and we'll figure it out. Secondly, a prophecy about a month means a month of 30 days, which if you have been listening means 30 years. So a prophecy about a day plus a month is talking about a year plus another 30 years, so 31 years. A day and month of prophecy is 31 years. Now, are you getting this?
The Utabia Maya Machina. Baba Yaga.
Now let's add a year and call it 32 years. A day, month, and a year. 32 years. Speaking poetically or prophetically, I might describe a 32-year duration as a specific day, month, and year. Do you see what I did there? It's called poetic license. Creative writing. Prophecies use metaphors. All right, let's get biblical. A prophecy about releasing an army that has been kept for a specific day, month, and year means kept for a 32-year duration. This was the duration from the beginning of World War I to the end of World War II, from 1914 to 1945, and including the year 1914. Count it yourself. Start with 1914 as the first year and count out 32 years. You'll see I'm right. A prophecy about releasing an army for a specific day, month, year is how a poet, prophet, or priest might creatively, metaphorically choose to describe World War I and II. Okay, let's keep going. Now I need you to focus. Veterans Day occurs on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. Veterans Day, also known as Remembrance Day or Armistice Day, is remembered as the day of ceasefire for World War I. Speaking poetically, an hour, day, month is an historic reference to World War I. So it all boils down to this. Say I want to write a prophecy about the First and Second World Wars. I might say something like, tell the angel of death to release the armies that were kept for this specific hour, day, month, and year. This is the art of prophecy.
Mir. Такой фраер хочет бить, нет. Предела.
The rapture is a prophecy that Jesus is coming back. So ask yourself, is he coming back? Until I watched the Rapture Ready YouTube videos, I didn't really have an answer. But now I'm thinking, yeah, he's coming back. The more I learn about people, the more I like my dog. Let's drink and I'll be on my way. Here's to peace.
Нашла стая из пенсии. Мистер Уик.
Queensland Government Gazette. Germany has signed the armistice with the Allies, and that consequently the war that has devastated the world for more than 4 years is at an end.
Okay, that deserves a comment.
Corporal Clay will now talk us through data points 3, 4, and 5. So, Corporal, has the monkey been pushing more buttons?
The monkey has been pushing more buttons. Haha, I is a good monkey. I've also been looking through the search results. There's a mountain of information here. Ah, it seems the computer has grouped the last 3 factors into a cluster. And it's then matched up this cluster with the First and Second World Wars, including the Holocaust. I've sent this information to Lance Corporal Rajan Patel. Do you remember the AI-generated text-to-animation video clip from the Overview Briefing Part 3? Lance Corporal Patel created that clip using AI. I'm hoping he can do the same thing here, like use AI to convert this mountain of text into a video clip. So anyway, oh, hold on, give me a sec, Rajan's calling. Hey Rajan, what's up? And did you get the information I sent?
Hi everyone, and yes, I did get the information. It's an insane amount of data. So using an AI generator, I was able to convert the text into a video clip, which is being uploaded now. The video contains actual historical footage where available, and where it's not been available, the machines have created a computer simulation of the event. You will see both the actual and simulated video footage that the computer has used to match up the data with the prophecy.
I see. So what took you so long?
I thought my jokes were bad. A real joker. Converting text to video isn't like dusting crops. I had to push a lot of buttons. Tell your boss 75 bananas and we call it even.
Sounds fair. Expect 75 bananas dropped off to your desk in the morning. Now about this video. Are we good to go?
90% uploaded. Almost there.
Okay. So the video clip we're about to play contains actual or simulated video footage of historical World War I and II data that the computers have matched up with the 6th trumpet prophecy.
Upload complete. Ready to rock and roll.
All right, please go ahead and play the video.
All right, everyone, hang on to your butts. Let's play. And the monkey pushes the button.
The thing is, the tactical task to breathe fire has now been issued. Good to go. You will breathe fire day in and day out for the next 2 months. You will breathe fire in your sleep. You will feel fatigue. You will feel fear. You will feel happiness. You will feel regret. You will feel sadness. At the end of the day, you will continue to breathe fire. Good to go? Okay, with that said, you will take the operational instinct, and here's what I tell you to do. And it's almost one of those impossible tasks, but you gotta fight for it every day. You gotta use that operational instinct, and you gotta know what happens before it happens. You gotta stay methodical on the field. You gotta stay clear-headed on the field. You gotta work any resource as required to move like this. Move methodically and ensure you always have mutual support in position to affect the fight and bring fire as required to fucking kill the enemy. Kill the enemy! Kill the enemy! Kill the enemy! Gotta go! We're going to have the required obligation and constraint to protect those who need to be protected. Getting pit on the battlefield is going to be very challenging. But don't ever forget this. You are obligated to protect and serve on the left and right flank of you 24/7. Gotta go! Don't ever forget it. You will always be supported. Your actions will always be justified. We're going together. And no matter what the outcome is, men, I'll tell you right now, no matter what the outcome is, that we can't live in this fantasy world where we have to be ready. We have to come to grips with peace and with God, that we're heading to an environment that no one's headed into before war started. Good to go. It's going to be a tough environment. You guys are going to be tasked and tested to a degree you've never been tested before. But I tell you right now, we will all come home together. I'll say it again. We will all come home together. Gotta go! You lads will do the unit proud. You will do your country proud. Don't let fear get in that brain of yours. The enemy is not 10 feet tall. He's 4'2". He has a short reach, and you're gonna fuck them up. Good to go? Other than that, for sure, man, I love you. And I mean it when I say it. I love you as your parents love you. And my number one goal in life is to get you back home to your mum and dad, to get you back home to wife and fiance, to get you home to your children, get you back home to brother and sister. That's what it's all about. That's all it's about. Each other, we got you. That's what really matters. That's what we're going to strive for. Day in, day out. Fight for the bloke next to you as he will be fighting for you. Right, that's all I've got, Major. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sergeant. All right, chaps, listen up. This will be the last time that we are together en masse before we cross the line of departure. God be with you.
Thank
you, with you, sir.
There was a huge poster. All hostilities will cease on the Western Front at 11 o'clock on the 11th of November 1918. So we said to each other, what day is it? And somebody discovered it was November the 11th.
And then we had to shine our boots and clean our buttons. We knew the war was over then, and we were quite confident that we would be there when it ended.
This proclamation was read out stating that the hostilities will cease from 11 that morning, and actually there wasn't a cheer of any kind raised when that was read out.
At 11 o'clock, the noise of the gunfire just rolled away like the peal of thunder in the distance.
All right, all tanks, move forward. Fuck.
Get him, right flank. Right steer. David.
Left with me, stay abreast.
Let's go right out, let's go right out. Order, left flank. Let's
one march this cocksucker.
Right steer. Take the right flank. Got out, smash. Nice, team. Rückgelegt.
What do you mean, Mal? On what? Oh, God! God damn it! Fuck! Head up! On what? I can see it. Fire! They got Peterson! God! Boston, are you alright? Ah, shit! All hands go switch your manual. What are you saying? Why? I'm headed. On what? Now you what? Alright, gotta outrun that gun. Oh, I got it! Fire! Put it up, sir. Right there. Michael, put it up his ass where the armor's set. I know, it'll fucking hit him. On you there! Otherwise! Shit! God damn it, I missed the ass! Don't run with too fast, it's not that fucking easy! Come on, boys, stay on! Murder, when I say back up, you back up, left stick. All right! Michael, stand by, I'll call the shot. Roger! Murder, now! Reverse! Left stick! Bible, steady! One more! Strike! Come on, Bible! I'll fucking shoot you! Steady! Tight strong. Jesus Christ. Get back in! House! Fucking Nazi.
Dear Mr. Brian Boyd, no doubt by now you have received full information about the untimely death of your son.
No words of mine can ever relieve the Our outfit has felt his loss tremendously.
He was a fine soldier, and he believed very strongly.
It's no secret anymore that we were involved in one of the most important operations of this war.
I was the one who held us all together. He was always the first volunteer.
Came to a clearing near a road where over 4,000 troops were attacked.
click like to support this channel.
So that explains how the sixth trumpet prophecy matches up with World War I and II, including the Holocaust. However, this is not the end of the story. I said at the beginning of this presentation that the sixth trumpet prophecy also marked the end of the 7 times punishment period, the end of the period that started with the fall of Jerusalem in 575 BC and ended after World War II in 1945. So how do we know this? Well, what did the Apostle John write immediately after he wrote the sixth trumpet prophecy? I'll give you a hint. It wasn't the 7th trumpet. Immediately after John wrote Revelations chapter 9, he writes down Revelations chapter 10. And Revelations chapter 10 begins with this verse. The Apostle John writes, "Then I saw another mighty angel coming down from heaven. He was robed in a cloud with a rainbow above his head, His face was like the sun, and his legs were like fiery pillars. Wow, that's a powerful image. I can only imagine what John actually saw and how the angel spoke to him. If I had to guess, I would say their conversation was nothing like how most people think it was.
Listen up, old man. After the sixth trumpet, and I'm talking immediately after it's sounded. Like, first you hear the trumpet blast. Yeah, anyway, after that, there will be...
Da-da-da.
Time no longer. Are you getting this?
I don't understand.
Which part?
Time. No longer.
It means this. And you will write this all down, right? The sixth trumpet. So, World War II. The Holocaust. Stay with me, old man. These events, they mark the end of the punishment period.
You mean the 7 times?
Oh, so that you do know about. Are you trolling me?
Just wanting to be the best prophet I can and to serve my God.
I appreciate the enthusiasm. To serve with a little less sarcasm would be even more appreciated. But anyway, John, I swear by him who lives forever and ever, who created the heavens, the earth, and the sea. The sixth trumpet is the end of the 7 times, the end of the punishments. There will be no delay. The Jews will be restored to their land. After World War II, after...
Da-da-da.
The Holocaust. Now do you get it?
Wait a minute. You want me to write all of this down? I thought my jokes were bad.
Let me explain something, old man.
We have rules that are not open to interpretation, personal intuition, gut feelings, hairs on the back of your neck, little devils or angels sitting on your shoulder.
Or a pain in my head.
We're all very well aware of what our orders are and what those orders mean. They come down from our commander-in-chief. They contain no ambiguity.
Oh, come on.
I've made a decision. I'm captain of this boat. Now shut the fuck up!
Okay, I'll write it all down into the Bible, the book of Revelations, chapter 10. All right, I got it. One last question. How do you spell shut the fuck up?
So the whole point of Revelations chapter 10, as I understand it, is that after the 6th trumpet prophecy, so after World War II and the Holocaust, there should be time no longer. In the context of a prison sentence, this would mean time no longer to be served. And this means that the 7 times punishment period is up. The New International Version of the Bible puts it this way: there will be no more delay. And what this means is that in the Old Testament, people who were punished and then repented and who showed remorse were then restored, and this happened immediately. This is similar to our prison system today. There's a punitive part to a prison sentence, and then prisoners become eligible for parole, and showing remorse is a big step in restoring or reintegrating a person back into the community. So back to the Jews and their story. The Holocaust marked the end of their punishment period. They had served their time and had reached their sentence end date, so there should be no more delay in restoring the Jews. And that's exactly what happened. The very next thing that John writes down is Revelations chapter 11, and this chapter is a prophecy that the Jews would be restored to their land. And of course, history tells us the state of Israel was reborn in 1948. This is a key historical event on our Masterplan, and it matches up with the prophecy in Revelations chapter 11. We will unpack this in a later briefing. Congratulations, you have now reached the end of this presentation. As we've said from the beginning, learn this to earn this. So let's see what you have earned so far. Oh, hold on, I see a message from Kendra. Commander Aaron wants to close off today's briefing. Kendra says the video signal is not great where they are, some remote sniper training location. However, she will do her best with the video. She also says, "Hi everyone." All right, I'll see you all at the next briefing. Kendra, are you online?
How do I turn this fucking video off? Okay, going live.
No, I'm not ready. What? My God. No, you're filming. You're filming. I look like a monster. Thank you, Captain. I'll take it from here. In the overview part 1, you learned that the fall of Jerusalem in 575 BC was the beginning of a punishment period for the Jews. In the overview part 2, we showed how that punishment period ended with World War II and the Holocaust. Then in part 4, Tom Cruise helped us to explain how the Dome of the Rock fits into the Masterplan and leads to the calculation that solves for the Rapture to take place in 2025. And in today's briefing, my team have shown how Revelations chapter 9 was matched up with World War I and II, and how Revelations chapter 10 shows how the end of World War II also marked the end of the punishment period. Finally, you've been given a sneak preview into how we matched up Revelations chapter 11 with the state of Israel being born in 1948. We'll unpack this prophecy in the next presentation. On behalf of the Rapture Ready team, thank you for watching, and take care.
The video you just watched is part of a series of videos to prepare you for the Rapture, the arrival of the King of Kings, he who lives forever and ever. To watch these videos, please click the playlist. While you're at it, please click subscribe and support our mission by leaving a comment.
We shall prepare people for the Rapture.